What is a contact sheet? Well, it's a way that photographers used to lay out their negatives on printing paper and make a positive image of the negatives in miniature form, so they could then look at them, scrutinize them, mark them up, mark up the ones that they thought were the best images, maybe crop them down and put their own annotations on. So we still work like that. We still need to have sequences of images. And what you have are the random sources that you have made. So I am going to open that in Bridge, and I'm just going to drag the folder down into Bridge. And Bridge is the place where we're going to make the contact sheets. So first of all, what I've got is I can view the images on the left-hand side. I can reduce the size of them to see more or increase. And there's a lot more to working with Bridge. Bridge, for instance, allows you to move things around. So I could create an order. In fact, I want that there. And well, we don't want that one, so I'm going to leave that one out. Let's just delete that. In fact, you can create folders within, move things around. You can even name your images if you wanted to. So I can go in there, leave the dot ping, but I could change the name of the image. It's a way of looking at your images, being able to see them a bit in advance of actually working on them. But it also allows us to generate an output. So I can look at my images like this, or I can look at them as if in a so-called film strip. Really, it's the same thing. I'm going to go back to Essentials. I like to use Essentials. Now there's a longer video which shows you a little bit more about contact sheets, but it also uses this output section here. And that's a much longer, more considered way of setting up your contact sheets. So we'll look at that a bit later. I'm going to show you a very quick way to do it, and it involves going up to Tools, Photoshop, Contact Sheet. Before I fill in any information about it, what I do need to check that I've done is select everything that I want to be on the contact sheet. So I've selected the first, held down Shift and selected the last. You can exclude anything that you don't want, and you can see I've got 9 items here. So I'm going to go up to Tools, Photoshop, Contact Sheet, and you can see now I've got 9 files selected. And just ignore this fella here. We're going to create a fresh document. You can determine what size that is. So A4 is about 2.9. I'm going to make this about 2.7 because we want a margin. By about 210 millimeters. So we'll make it about 20. Oh, other way around. 27 times 20. And the resolution 150 is fine for a contact sheet. Now the next section is where you'll determine how it's going to fit in. At the moment it's 2 rows of 8, so that's definitely not what I want. I've got 9 images, remember, so I could look at 3 times 3 or 2 times 5. It would be 2 columns and 5 rows. You need to just think about how that's going to work for you. You can keep the file name. Well, my file names are just screen grabs, so I don't really need those. And then I'm going to say OK. And that's going to generate the contact sheet. Takes a little moment. If you're putting 9 on a sheet and you have more than 9 selected, it's going to make you several documents. These are not saved documents, so you need to save them. Okay, so in this case you can see it's laid out very nicely and very quickly, all the images. Now this is going to enable me to do what photographers used to do. I can print it out and then I can annotate it. So I can say what the source material was, where the source material came from, and then I can mark up the bits that I'm really interested in using. And then if I decide I don't want to use an image, I can score it out as well. But I do need to save it. So I'm going to go save, and you must give each one a unique name. Okay, so make sure you know where they're going. I'm going to call this my contact sheet for random. Get in the habit of naming things so that you will be able to find them. If you lose them, you'll know exactly what's in them. Okay, so that's my contact sheet, and we'll do another version later in the exercise.